Hey, everybody. Welcome to No Spring Chicken with me, April Walterscheid, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. By the way, I'm just going to mention right off the top, I have a comedy show coming up on June 11th. I booked one. Yay. It's called Hot Dates. Go to Hot Dates Comedy on Instagram or aprilwalterscheid.com to see me there. It's at 8 p.m. and you can bring Kermit. I'm probably going to bring him as my date. You don't need to have a hot date. I think they're just trying to sell more tickets. So bring a date. It's kind of a good reason to ask someone out and be like, "Hey, there's a show I'm going to and it's called Hot Dates. Maybe we can just go as friends, but we can see if there could be more. Maybe, yeah, let's just see if we like, similar jokes. Like, let's see if we have a good time. Like, you can just ask someone out with that, but like, act like you're, nothing invasive. Like, it's a hangout, but the show is called Hot Dates. So just, ask someone out. I never get asked out. I want other people to be happy. So ask someone out. My ring light just broke right before filming. I've had it since 2021 or 2022. It was a Walmart purchase. It came with a green screen. It came with, I think, the stuff to hold up the green screen, like the frame, the stand to hold it up, and yeah, it just died. Oh well, it was just $30 for all that. And what else? Clamps for the green screen to hold up the green screen to clamp it onto the holder thing. And I forget terminology as soon as I turn on this camera. Yeah, so I have another. My dad gave me like an LED panel light that's as big as an iPhone, so that's what's lighting me up right now. There's like so much to talk about. I just got done. Well, how are you? Okay, I don't care. And you know why I don't care? Because let me tell you about this podcast before I start. I was posting in my Instagram stories, and my manager said, "Don't post in your Instagram stories anymore, or very little as possible. Only post your comedy shows and your email sign up list, or maybe photos from your comedy show, or thanking the comedy club. But talk about everything in your stories, April, here on the podcast." So that's what I'm doing. Also, I've been dumped on my whole life by my dad. He used to, he still kind of dumps on me, but he used to dump on me by saying he has a problem. This is me at age 5. He had a problem. Then he'd flip that problem around and be like, "It's your fault, 5-year-old." And then he would talk to me for an hour until I cried. And then other people have done that to me in my life. And I don't know if it's just my vibe. It's like no one cares about what I have to say. I don't know why. But, anyways, this is 40 minutes of me dumping on you about something in my life or many things in my life. So you can click away, but you can, do laundry or have this going on in the background of a road trip or try to read a book while I'm talking, whatever you want to do. But this is my chance to dump on somebody because I have to pay. Well, honestly, Medi-Cal pays for my therapist. But I used to, when I got therapy, have to pay out of pocket. I have to hire a therapist to listen to me because no one else does. As soon as I start talking, people just like turn away. And I'm very interesting. I think it's because I'm interesting. They're scared of how interesting I am. I probably sound very boring right now. That's okay. That's how I am. That's just what I am. So yeah, I just had like the worst week of my life as far as taking on too many animals. I dog sit and now I'm cat sitting more and checking in on a cat. I took on 6 animals this past week. Just since when did I start? Like since it's only today's Wednesday, since last Thursday to mostly Monday, but basically until tomorrow, I took on too many pets. The bulk of the pets were a dog sitting where I stay at their house overnight for 5 nights or 4 nights, and they have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Seems fine. The cats are very low maintenance. But there was a dog that one of the dogs was fine, but the other one was just very needy and clingy. And at first it's really cute. He's very charming and he's named after a TV show that the person likes, and I think over time it just started, he started getting on the counter. I would try to hide the cat food. I'd have to feed the cats, but he would get to it. So I put up like a higher and higher counter, just the highest place I could find, and he's a very short dog, but he would like get up there and find the food somehow. I mean, I'm talking like up here. By the way, I'm wearing a bracelet. I never wear this bracelet. I thought I should try to wear it. I have a notification, sorry. I thought I should try to wear this bracelet that another of my clients gave me before they moved to San Francisco. It doesn't really go with the outfit, but I'm from Arizona, so I can wear turquoise anytime I want to. There's anytime I want. So yeah, I put the food up. He would get to it. I don't know how. I think there was a stool. The stool's in a weird place where I didn't think he could jump on it. But he's eating the cat's food and he's just like tripping me. He's walking in front of me a lot. Eventually, he would go after the cats. Like the cats weren't doing anything and he would like attack the cats. And so anytime he came by, the cats would like tense up because they could hear like the clicking of his nails on the wood floor. And the people I'm dog sitting for are super nice and accommodating, and I appreciate it. And I feel bad for them that they have to deal with this dog. One of them they're both YouTubers, but one, I saw her YouTube video before I even met her. Like I have watched her videos probably for the past year off and on, just when it shows up on my YouTube. And there is a video of her with this dog. And I remember watching it before I ever met her. And the caption, she does millennial content, and the caption says something like, I'm a millennial and I guess my dog is too. And I was like, oh, that's cute because her dog is like right there in the background with her of this video in her backyard. And I was like, oh, thought nothing of it. But now that I've dog sit that dog, I'm like, oh, I know why he's there. Very needy, very clingy. I get it. I totally get it. Like, I know why he's there. Okay. He wants to be part of your world. He's like a Little Mermaid song. Wants to be part of your world, everything you do. He actually was bothering me during one of my auditions, but I had to be. It was an audition where I'm like a mom who's frustrated with her kids, so it worked out. Like he kind of walked in front of me while I was walking into frame of this audition, and yeah, I'm like, good job. This is what I need. I need to be like, Bobby, yeah, don't make fun of those people at the dinner table. They're having a good time. We are a very negative family. Let that fun family have a good time. That's not us. Like it was a line like that. I don't know. It was for a restaurant in Texas. I've been as soon as I started dog sitting, I was meditating. I downloaded the Headspace app again just for funsies because I miss the Shine app. Does anyone know about the Shine app? I miss it. Headspace bought the Shine app. I like that app. You could journal in it. I got a free bag. They sent me a free tote. You could journal. Just, it was like meditation, but also like life skills and how to get through your day job. And I was working at like Wells Fargo Mortgage at the time as a temp worker. And then Headspace bought them and I miss them. So now sometimes on Headspace, there'll be a meditation slash life lesson sort of life skills sort of thing. And at the end, I caught one of the end of the meditations on this app said, download the Shine app below. And I'm like, what? There's no below. This is in the Headspace app. There's no link to click on in this app to like, so somebody at Headspace edited that wrong. If you work at Headspace and you're listening right now, I don't know which one it was, but Shine is still mentioned on that. It's like, when you hear an old advertisement within an app, like me hearing Shine app within the Headspace app just reminds me of like finding an old building within a new building. Like you find the remnants of like the scaffolding of an old building. It reminds me of like finding an old metropolis under, I never found one, but in cartoons like Futurama, they found, the old city under the modern city. It just felt like that. I was finding a relic. It's like finding catacombs under the Nile coffee shop in Mesa, Arizona. Downtown Mesa has a lot of buildings. Where I'm from, Mesa, Arizona, they have a lot of buildings that were built in like the 1920s or so. There's some stuff under there. Under downtown Mesa, there's some catacombs, I guess. Okay, so I was meditating as soon as I was dog sitting, and the first day was so zen and great. And I had to check in on this cat in Bel Air, which was stressing me out because, like, just driving into Bel Air, it's peaceful, but the road is kind of small, and I just get scared I'm going to run into somebody at every turn. But it's getting easier. I've been doing it like about 7 days now, or six, yeah, about 6 days now. But so every day at like 9:30 a.m. and like 4 p.m., I had to go check on this cat. So I think, that I didn't really get a lot done during this dog sitting besides that audition. I was just always like, okay, I have to like, it was just really hard to focus on stuff I needed to do. So that was stressful. I was taking melatonin every night to make sure I go to sleep. And I felt just very zen from the Headspace app. I was meditating a lot. I was doing like 10 meditations a day because I just love, they have all these like different concepts within the app, like things I want to get better at. And I was just so addicted to it. But day 3, I remember, I don't know. I was, I checked on the cat. I fed the dogs, fed the cats, and then went and checked on the other cat in Bel Air and got back, did whatever. I don't know what I did. Probably meditated again. Then I just was feeling tired. I had taken like a calm gummy from Sprouts. It has like lemon balm and like L-theanine in it. And what else? Did I take anything else? I don't know. I was just really sleepy, so I took a nap, and I didn't set a timer for 20 minutes. I took a nap. I was so tired that I think I had physical therapy that day. Yes, I had physical therapy that day for my right ankle because I keep spraining it every year, so I'm trying to make it stronger. And by the way, at that physical therapy appointment, I was so zen from using the Headspace app that my heart rate was like 48, and I guess that's almost too low, but I was still able to do physical therapy. And then my blood pressure was like 90 over 60 or 90 over 59 or 101 over 59, which is normal for me. I have really low blood pressure. Maybe because I'm vegan. I've had low blood pressure at least since 2017. But somehow I have borderline LDL cholesterol that's starting to get into a Kenny Loggins song called The Danger Zone. That's interesting. But anyways, I was just feeling just very zen at physical therapy and just kind of like lightheaded. And but I took a nap, and when I got back to the dog sitting place at this YouTuber's house, and I think I made myself a really good breakfast. And I've also been doing mindful eating on Headspace. Check out the mindful eating section because, whoa, you're not going to eat a lot. You'll probably take like 2 or 3 bites. You're going to have a lot of leftovers in your fridge when you start doing mindful eating on Headspace app. The only caveat is for like 2 or 3 days, you're not going to eat a lot, but then eventually it's going to catch up with you because you're going to be dramatically under calories, and then you're probably going to like eat a lot. That's what happened to me. So all that's going on. Mindful eating, lower heart rate when mine's usually around 60 or 70. Um, just busy, just too many animals going on. I even had to check in on a dog. the day before, I checked in on another dog for like a 1-day thing. A lot of extra stuff going on. And that clingy dog just tripping me up and shitting in his crate. And can I say that? Yeah, I can say that. We're after 15 minutes on this video. I think YouTube will be fine with me saying that word, I hope. So yeah, I get back and I just feel very sleepy, like my body. I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. Ended up taking an hour and a half nap. And I woke up at 4 p.m. exactly. So it probably started at like 2:30, then woke up at 4 p.m. And I was like, oh, I'm late for that cat drop in. I need to go check on that cat in Bel Air. I gotta go. I gotta put the dog in its crate. The clingy dog, the dog who gets into the cat food, I need to put him in his crate or take them outside to go pee, then do that. And I got just I don't like being late for things, even though sometimes I am by like a minute or two. And I started like going into the fridge looking for just like a little bit of a snack because I was doing mindful eating, not eating a lot, and just looking for something like a piece of celery that I had or whatever. And I'm really gonna mull it over with my tongue and enjoy it the mindful eating way and smell it and all that stuff. But I was opening the fridge, getting maybe some water as well, and then my body still felt really tired. I just took an hour and a half nap and my body was still tired. So I started going like, I gotta be careful talking about this. I might send myself into a panic attack. I was like, all right, why am I still tired? Just took a long nap. I should be fine. And then it's like that moment that my brain questioned it. I was questioning everything about me. That's like, boom, panic attack. And it felt like so bad. Have you ever smoked weed for the first time and you like smoke too much? Like my first time smoking weed, I hit the bong like 7 times in a row. And then I didn't realize it takes like 15 minutes to like 30 minutes maybe to like catch up with you. Didn't realize that. So I got super high, but I was around friends. I didn't know what to do, but my friends were like, "Hey, watch us DJ or watch this cartoon." They were just telling me, give me advice, but I was just like so out of it. And so I had that feeling of like, I haven't like smoked weed in like a year. I haven't had an edible in a year. So this is like really frightening. I probably seem lighthearted, but I was totally frightened by it. I didn't know what was happening. I just started pacing the living room and the kitchen. I just felt like my body was shutting down and I was going to like fall over and like the walls were closing in and I just started thinking like, okay, I have a low heart rate. That's what physical therapy said, and I've been drinking a lot of water and I've been doing mindful eating and of course that's going to make my panic attack worse. If I didn't know I was having a panic attack, I went to the front door. I just repeatedly in my mind, I remember like opening this door and I was kind of near Santa Monica Boulevard and like La Cienega area. And I just remember like opening the door and I'm like, I gotta go like call 911 or like call someone. Like I just wanted to run out into the street and just like, there's always people like walking by near Santa Monica Boulevard. So I'm just like, I was going to run out of the yard and just like tell someone. And I just like, I never want to relive this ever again. Although I would wish this feeling upon an enemy totally. Cause like, I know they're going to survive. Like, I would totally wish this upon an enemy. I'm like, I hope they go through something like this because I know in 5 minutes they're going to be fine. But at the time, I did not know I was going to be fine. And I remember earlier, the YouTuber, she said, I think she knows her dog is clingy. So she was like, hey, if you need to FaceTime with me, we can do that today. And she's in another state going to a wedding with her fiance. And I like to plan things out. I'm not as like spontaneous as I used to be when I was younger. I don't know if I really was, but I like planning things out 80% of the time. So when she asked if I wanted to FaceTime, I'm fine. I don't get it. Like you want to FaceTime? I don't get it. But hey, how about at like 1 p.m. today? 3 p.m. your time, wherever you are. Um, I just didn't think about it, but I remember panicking and just like what's happening to me? I think my body's like this is death. This is like I'm gonna die. I'm about to die, and my body's shutting down. I remember going to my phone and I was like, "Hey, is this a good time to FaceTime? I need to talk to somebody. I think I'm having an attack of some kind. Something's wrong with me. Like your dogs are fine." And then her fiance FaceTimed me right away, and I go, "Hey, I'm so sorry." And I start, doing the thing where you turn the view around so you can like show outwardly what you can show people things. I started showing him like his pets. I'm like, your pets are fine. They're great. But something's wrong with me. And I don't want to leave your pets and like call 911 and go to the hospital. Like I'm afraid to leave your pets. And as I was talking to him about it, I started feeling better. And I described like it just felt like I was high on weed for the first time, but worse. And I'm like, but this is not, I'm not on weed. Like, this is my body doing this. Like, my body and my brain are doing this to me. I'm like a drug. I feel like I'm a drug. I mean, I have dermatillomania, so I have had it my whole life. And I think it's a self soothing thing. But obviously, I'm meth. At the very least, my body's meth. My mom did not do drugs when she was pregnant with me, but somehow I am meth as a person because I would pick at my skin until it bleeds and stuff. I don't do it as much now, but it's just, let's just say with my dermatillomania, it's mild ish, but I wish there was a patch. Like smokers have a patch they can put on themselves. I wish there was a patch for like OCD behaviors. Just put a patch on and you're fine. Maybe there's a drug. I don't know. But yeah, I'm FaceTiming him and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm just like apologizing. I'm like, I don't know what's happening with me. This is weird. I'm sorry to call you about this. And he said, like, hey, it's cool because you probably seen someone to talk to. And then I started feeling better. And then the YouTuber, she must have been doing something at this wedding because he had to go to the event. He was dressed in a tux. He had to go. But she texts me, like, oh, hey, you're probably having a panic attack. And I have those too. And my best advice is to just put your hands in ice water. Ice water. So, okay. And I'm like, okay. Could it just be like cold water from a faucet? Do I need to like take a bowl? I pictured like a bowl of water with like ice in it. I don't know what she meant, but probably either one would be fine. I take cold showers in the morning sometimes. I do that. After a really hot shower, I kind of douse myself with cold water and just like loosens up my neck so it's not so stiff. But yeah, I drank a bunch of water and I took Ritual protein powder, vanilla, and put it in a bowl and just poured milk on it and then swished it around with a spoon and just like ate that. I had an Oreo cookie. Then, okay, so I was settled down from the panic attack. Yeah, that's what helped me. I just wonder if I had called 911, what they would have done. They would have been like, all right, I don't know. We have other calls to take that are more important. You're going to be fine. But I bet I could have called the 988 number, like the unalive hotline. Like I would have called them and they would have been like, "Hello, 988. What's your emergency?" Actually, they have a headset. 988. What's going on with you? Sounds like you're having a panic attack. All right, so look around the room. Name everything that's blue. Awesome. Okay. Name everything in the room that's circle. Okay, very good. Now name everything in the room that's pointy, but not your knives. Are you making plans to unalive yourself today? I have to ask this question because my calls are being monitored. All right. So name everything in the room that's pointy. Oh, that's something pointy. The edges of a picture frame. Okay. All right. How do you feel? All right. Well, okay, cool. Have a good one. Like, I think that's how the call would have gone if I had called the Unalive hotline. I worked at a call center, so I'm really good at stuff like that. I'm really good at just like doing other things, like making crafts or doing other things and taking notes and then journaling about my life while listening. I worked at the PayPal call center for years, for like a little over 7 years. A little over 6, almost 7. Yeah, so that was fun. Afterwards, I went and got yogurt, frozen yogurt. I went to Yogurt. It's a vegan yogurt shop. I went to the one on Ocean Park Boulevard in Santa Monica. The one in Silver Lake is cool too, but I got yogurt and I just decided I was going to eat. I'm like, F this mindful eating. I'm just going to eat. So I ate the yogurt, and then someone I know who works there showed up and we talked. And then she's like, hey, do you want a free yogurt slice of yogurt pie? And I go, yeah. And I thought, like, oh, I'll just have it for later. But no, I ate that too. I ate that in my car. Yogurt's really cool if you're in LA because they have, I like their vanilla cake. And I feel like liking vanilla is it's so LA to like vanilla. Like the best lattes are vanilla. Like I have turned into a basic arse ace, basic ass biatch living out here. I like Taylor Swift now. Basic person. Yeah. Vanilla latte. It's any coffee shop out here, they're like, our best latte is the vanilla one. But I think it translates to my auditions because I did book that commercial and I talked about it a few episodes ago. I booked a bubbly commercial and I just had to be myself, my basic ass self. And then I booked it. I think it's a testament to this town. You just got to be yourself and boring is okay. You don't have to be like this, like, hey guys, hey. Although I think some YouTubers do that. They're like, or whatever. I used to do that more. Now I'm just like, I'm a comedian. I can be myself. Which I'm not really booked on a lot of shows. I have to check my email. I may have booked something in, I'm going to be in Sausalito, San Francisco this Sunday through next Thursday. So I may have booked something. I'll have to check my email. Maybe I could check it while I'm here. That'd be embarrassing if I didn't book it though. I might be at Throckmorton's or San Jose Improv. Those are the only ones that I seem to have a lead on. Although I'm going to email Punchlines again, or Punchline. 2 words, Punchline. I thought it was 1 word. I'm going to email Punchline and Cobbs again and see what happens. If you've had a panic attack, let me know in the comments how it went. I want to hear your story. I've had a panic attack before, I think. I mostly just have anxiety like all the time, like just underlying anxiety, fear of worried about everything. A few therapists have said I have general anxiety, just perfectionism and OCD and some sort of social anxiety. It's either like you can tell I have it or I get very calm and kind of dissociate, get super calm. So it's really no in between. It's either I'm like I have roommates that are scary and they've done some scary things. And just anytime they try to talk to me, one of them tries to talk to me face to face or text me, and anytime I respond, they like flip out. Like if I just say hi, like they would flip out. So it's like that doesn't help my anxiety. So when I just like talk to them, or like if they talk to me or they say, "Hey, April, someone's coming to look at the apartment," because we have one person moving out. I'm just like, okay, because I'm afraid to say anything. Like they're gonna flip out on me, and they dump on me too, so that doesn't help. Through this week being with about 6 pets, I'm still checking in on that cat today and tomorrow, and that's the end of it. And then again in June in Bel Air, I gotta say, I cried my eyes out all day the day after the panic attack. No, sorry, afternoon to evening. I suddenly was like, I think because of this like clingy dog, I'm somehow like sleep deprived, and the drop-ins on this cat in Bel Air, I'm like sleep deprived. Can't even get anything else done because it's just like my bandwidth is spent. Can't even relax, even though I'm meditating all the time. Yeah, I cried on so the panic attack was Saturday. I cried Sunday. Just spent the whole time in bed. Like after pretty much dropped in on that cat twice, and then after the last drop in went to bed and just cried till my brain hurt and my eyes were puffy, and haven't done that in a long time. That used to be all of my 20s. Just cried until my brain hurt, got a headache. Like you cry like crying so hard that you could like burst, like your bones could burst out of like your flesh sort of thing. Like how am I even crying this hard? Silently, I'm not like a loud crier. Just if I lived with no one would ever. My parents never knew when I was crying, so I'm just a very silent crier, but I'm like intense, very intense. I think it was just like sleep deprived. I started eating more junk food. The YouTuber had more junk food because her fiance does eats junk food while she films or something, and I checked out his channel, and yeah, he had a lot of junk food, and I was like, there's a lot of junk food here, but I'm gonna have some because I was sleep deprived. It's weird because I can like handle comedy show after comedy show. I can handle like I used to work on film sets and commercial sets and as like a production assistant and a script supervisor. I can do that for like 12 hours and be like kind of sleep deprived and sad because like the call time the next day is like 4 a.m. or and we just ended at like 10 p.m. or something. I can do that. But this dog just like killed me. With dog sitting and as just pet sitting in general, it's like you're just working 24 hours because you're always on. You're trying to check that they're okay and what are they puking up now? Oh, they're shitting. They made one of the dogs like pooped in the house. It's just like you're on, and sometimes my job is like 3 days. Sometimes it's like 2 weeks. So I'm just constantly on alert, and it's just exhausting. And then I think my limit with pets is like two at a time. I can do two. Two lets me still like live my life and like do comedy. I think if I had a comedy show lined up these past few days, maybe it'd be different. There would have been more of a balance. I need that like comedy. I need that like balance of having a comedy show and then maybe dog sitting or doing nothing. The best years of my life were during the pandemic when I had a savings from unemployment, and then I was just doing comedy. It was on Zoom, but I was just doing comedy all the time. That was the best. That was most creative. I'm also super creative when I live alone because like with the roommates, I'm filming right now because I don't think they're home. I don't think anyone's home, so that's why I'm filming right now. I just feel like I have to whisper around here. I don't want to bother anyone, but I'm just a very considerate person and I wish I wasn't. I wish I was a jackass. I'm not actually nice, but I guess I am. I wish I wasn't. I think I was made for just writing comedy on like a team for like a TV show, but I used to do that in college and then with my friend Jose, we don't do it as much. But I'm like made for that, but I think I'm just going to give up on comedy. I was thinking about it the past few days. That's why I cried on Sunday. I was wishing that I could go back to being 18 again. Not that I liked high school. Junior high was the worst for me. That was like the worst time of my life as far as like being bullied and having to like for PE, we had to like dress in a swimsuit, a one piece, gonna be a bikini, walk. This is at Poston Junior High School in Mesa. Walk across the basketball courts in the back of the school, go to the pool, do laps, jump off the diving board, whatever it was, and then like walk all the way back and then like dry your hair somehow before your next class and then somehow get to class on time. That was really tough. And then high school was easier. So I kind of miss, I wasn't like popular, but it was just a little bit easier. Because junior high, it was like I go from like elementary school, one classroom to like multiple classrooms, six periods, six different places you have to be. And that was just rough. But by high school, I was used to it. So while I was crying, I was like thinking of all these like old high school songs I like Miss You by Aaliyah. I had a crush on Kevin at the time. Never said hi to him. I just never say hi to anyone I like. I'm just like, I hope that dies. My crush on them dies. And like, I just never think anyone's gonna like me back. So, Miss You by Aaliyah, Send the Pain Below by Chevelle was in my head. You're So Last Summer by Taking Back Sunday. Just some sad stuff. For some reason, a song from ninth grade came up. Take My Picture by Filter. Um, there's one more song that was I liked in junior high. Oh, what is it called? I gotta look it up. This might go over. This podcast might go over. Too Far Away. I really like Clips. They're not really sad. The songs aren't too sad, but I like Clips. Ma, I Don't Love Her, and Grindin'. Anything by Pharrell. Pharrell produced it. Fabulous, Ashanti. All these songs are coming up in my head. Oh, I like Shimmer by Fuel. I like that song. That was 96. So definitely going into seventh grade. Um, is there anything else I was listening to a lot? Yeah, all those songs are just playing in my head. I wish I could go back in time. This is the thing about LA. It's like there's like there's rich people from where I'm from in Mesa that have like there's a neighborhood near my parents' neighborhood that has like giant houses. They're brick and beautiful as heck, and a lot of Mormons live in that neighborhood. Um, Probably a ton of kids, but thinking about getting older, like I'm 40, so like I wish like you can get surgery to try to look younger, but you're gonna look like this, and like you're gonna look like you've had surgery, and like whatever. It's like that's what people look like when they have surgery. Like their face is like, I'm so young. I'm great. Facelift. I think I would get like a neck lift if anything. It's like all the stuff that like money can buy. You can write a script about when you were younger to try to relive it somehow through like another actor who's younger than you. But the thing that like money can't buy is a time machine to go back and be 18. Like I'd want to be 18, 22, 25 again, maybe even 30 again, or like 29, 28. There's like nothing, there's no money in the world that can like take you back for like 5 minutes to when you were younger. Like I could marry a rich man, but he can never, I don't know, I'm never gonna get married. But you can marry a rich person, you can never go back in time. And that upsets me. I didn't really realize it till I was headed towards 40. I would just want to go back to my old high school before they modified it. Like it's all modified now, some of the buildings, and I just went there for high school reunion and my 20-year high school reunion in 2023 in October. We did like a tour of it and But yeah, I kind of wish I could just go back for like 5 minutes, not have a stupid phone. Oh, I gotta say, when I pet sit, I feel dispensable a little bit. Like I know I'm doing them a service of like helping them go to something they need to go to and like watching their pets and making sure they're okay, but it's kind of empty feeling. There's one client or two that they kind of treat me like family, and that's nice. I had that note here. I just feel dispensable as a pet sitter. I feel like a dude. I feel very dispensable. That can happen at any job though. Even at PayPal, I felt dispensable, of course, because you're easily replaced. Oh, yeah, back to wanting to quit comedy. Yeah, I don't really want to quit comedy because I honestly have nothing to fall back on. But I think about it. I've been thinking about it since 2018, like 3 years in. I'm like, I should quit comedy. But obviously, I haven't. So I think it's like when I don't get booked on a show and it's been a month. Yeah, it's been over a month since I've been on a comedy show. You just start thinking, well, yeah, maybe I'm not meant for this. Like, I'm not meant to be this. But then I go to physical therapy. I'm just talking to the guys who work there and they're laughing. And then they're like, hey, you had a show coming up on June 11th. What is that called again? I want to go. Like, it's like, I can't get away from it. I say something funny and someone's like, I've heard you're a comedian. When's your next show? Like, it just happens all the time. But I still feel like, I don't know, I'm meant for comedy, but I don't know if I'm meant to like make it in comedy. There's a comedy special I want to film about the murderers I know, which I should talk about on this podcast. How I came about these murderers. It is on my Instagram. I have reddish hair in the video. If you scroll down to like October 2023, I talk about it a little bit. And I'm outside where I got interrogated by police on one of the murderers, because I was in a cosplay group with him. But yeah, I don't know. I just wonder I don't know if I'm meant to make it. I think, mm, I think I'm learning like, don't think about making it, but focus on the work. That's the best thing you can do. But I'm 40, so it's like I'm getting older. I just think about, am I going to make it? Because I'm like headed into like Wrinkleville. I just don't know. I wish I had a time machine so I could tell. Um, it's like, when do you quit? Because like if I'm not on a comedy show or working like all the time, I just feel like I'll spend like a few days by myself, and it's nice because I like being by myself and like solitude. I've liked that my whole life because I'm a dismissive avoidant, and my parents raised me that way. Look it up. Dismissive avoidant. We like being alone. Not I wasn't raised that way by choice. It's just how my parents treated me. The way they treated me made me develop into a dismissive avoidant. So it's not like I wanted that for myself. But we like being alone, and I like having a few days off to work on a script or work on something. But I feel like I have to be working all the time. I think I got that when I was younger because when I wasn't productive, like if I came home from school, my parents were just always working, never home. So we have to, I had to write down everything I did hour by hour. So I had to be like productive all the time. And no wonder I have anxiety. And my dad even sent me into a panic attack one time because my dad does this thing where he tries to drive a point across, but he says it 10 times in a row. Even if you go like, "Oh, I understand," and you like repeat it back to him, he still like wants you to take action like now, now, now. And that sent me into a panic attack because I was in the car with him and he was progressively yelling at me to do this. It was like like I was 23 or something, and I worked at a credit union and I was taking the city bus everywhere. And my brother had a car. He's younger than me, but he had a car at the time. And he was supposed to come pick me up after work because we're going to like a family dinner with someone who's in town. And My dad ended up having to get me. And I was like, Dad, I could just take the bus home. Brandon, my brother didn't show up. I don't know what's going on. But my dad said, like, hey, you need to call your brother and like make him pick you up. You need to make him pick you up. He said that he just kept saying that like 10 times in a row in several sentences, like repeating the same sentences over again. And I just like remember being in the car trapped and I just started like hyperventilating because I couldn't do anything at that time. That was like my first panic attack. To circle back into panic attacks, that I think was my first one. And I got home, I laid on my bed, and I just couldn't catch my breath. But this panic attack while dog sitting was different. It was like I was almost like blacking out. It was a different one. Like pacing helped, like walking around helped. Laying down did not help. But yeah, thanks guys for listening today. I see my therapist on Friday. We had to reschedule. Please subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. And it's just going to make me look good. I have that comedy show coming up on June 11th. Hot dates in LA. It's in Los Angeles, by the way. It's on my website, aprilwalterscheid.com. Sign up for my email list, which is also on aprilwalterscheid.com. I don't send a lot of emails, so you're safe signing up for that. I might send 1 to 3 a year. So if I get on more shows, though, if I get on a bunch of shows at once, I could just send one email with like all of them. So that would be the dream. I think that's it. Yeah, I have my notes. I think that's it. And I'm deciding whether I just want to do 10 episodes of this podcast and take like a month off or two and then start up again and not like have like seasons. But I got to think about what I would change. Would I change anything in my background? Maybe get a neon sign that says like, I'm dumping on you. I'd really think about that. Get a new ring light. But thanks for listening and hope you have a great week. Bye bye.